Welcome back to the lid shop, and it's different than usual. I would have rather not made this video. The situation is kind of bad, and let me explain. As you notice, there's no R33 Skyline on the lift anymore, and we were working on that, and I apologize if you were excited about that project. I'm not going to finish it on the channel. And you can look back in later videos for Instagram tags. You can follow the build anyway if you want to, but it's not going to happen in the lid shop. And let me explain the situation. I'm not going to talk bad about anybody. I am not going to give you details. I just want to explain why it is going to be different moving forward. So from my perspective, the situation is as followed. You all know the person that used to help me in the shop, the second phase of the lid shop, if you will. And something happened. I don't want to put him in a bad daylight or anything. I just want to explain to you what my perspective of the situation is and how I felt, and why you're not going to see him in upcoming videos anymore. So the situation is as followed. We were supposed to work on the Skyline, and for some reasons I was working on the Skyline alone, and I don't mind that, but there have been situations in the past that people use me for my skills and pretended to be friends, and that hurts a lot. So I also want to warn you, be aware of who your friends are, and make sure that the friendship is real. And I don't know how you want to make sure that it is real, but do whatever you can to make sure, because it hurts if it is not. So I kind of felt like that again, and I don't like that feeling. I felt backstabbed, and it just hurts in general that the situation developed like it did. So in this situation I followed my gut feeling, and I made the decision to end the friendship and end the collaboration on working here in the lid shop because it didn't feel right. So not only in this friendship but just in general, I got respect and gratitude really high. And on top of that, I didn't really feel appreciated with the work that I've done. So at the end of the line, I made the decision to not see him anymore, to end the friendship, and just to say it very simple, protect myself from it happening again. So I tried to end everything on good terms, and I'm not going to tell you what he did, but I tried. And the car is picked up, all the stuff is picked up. So just to sum it up, he crossed some of my borders. I felt backstabbed and disrespected, so that's why I ended things. And in my opinion, it could have gone better, but it is what it is. So we're not going to see him, we're not going to see the Skyline, and I hope you guys understand. So now we're moving on to a new chapter, and I'm taking this to grow personally and make better decisions in the future. So I'm going to focus more on the lid shop, on my car, and on Amber CRX, on my brother's Prelude, on the Saab that hasn't gotten any work done lately because of, you know. So I don't want to end this on a negative note, I want to end it on a positive note. We got more time and I got more energy to spend on other things, and I hope you guys stick around for the upcoming videos, because I think that the quality of the content and just the things we do and the energy, the whole vibe in the videos is gonna go up from here. So I'm seeing it on the positive side, and I try to stay positive in this situation. So even though it sucks, I'm not gonna end on a negative note. We are gonna start the video here on a positive note. I'm gonna work on my car, my brother is gonna work on his new car, and Amber is gonna work on her car, and we're just gonna have a good time. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video, so let's get to it. Hey guys!
Welcome back to the late shop.
So today I'm going to be working on my S13. I'm going to button up some stuff. I need to fix some small issues that the car developed while test driving it for a few months. And my brother is going to fix his new car because the head gasket is gone. So we are going to change that today. And Amber, after work, she's going to work on her starter outside. So we got a P7 and a P8 and a S13 that needs work. So let's get to work.
I have 3 cars right now. They all were broken when I bought them. The Prelude is...
They're all broken right now. They're still broken.
The Ford runs.
You fixed it and then you fucked it up again.
Yeah, and this one, if it's all fixed today, it's a week. That shit box 1.5 years.
Yeah.
I got a problem.
Pretty much. So we bought it with the head gasket blown, and that's why it was really cheap, and it's actually in pretty good condition except from the paint.
And rust.
And some rust, but for the rest it's a pretty good car, and the price was right. It was a steal. It was a good deal. So your head gasket was $8. So for $8 we're gonna fix it, and then you can enjoy a new good daily.
Yeah.
And while my brother is starting to take apart the Starlet, I am going to change these aluminium bolts for the DCT cooler with these stainless ones, because you cannot really tighten them because they break, because it's a banjo bolt and you got the holes there. So they are less strong, and those are aluminium, so those are even less stronger. Less strong. Yeah, I'm going to change them with these ones. So big fail, the stainless bolts don't fit. I thought I had the right one. I don't, but I did change the ring, so hopefully that's not gonna leak anymore. It didn't leak a lot, but it did leak a little bit, and I hope it doesn't anymore. I got an assortment of little fans here. They're all 12 volts, and I want to see if I can fit them on the DCT cooler, because the DCT still gets too hot, and that's because I thought when building the car that this would cool enough. I thought that the angle that it has would pull enough air through to cool it down. Well, the case is it doesn't. So now I want to see if I can fit the small fans on top of there and hopefully pull enough air through to cool it down. If this doesn't work, I am going to place the cooler in the front, or I'm going to place it here and place it on a bigger angle, so it needs to scoop some air in, because this angle just ain't enough. This doesn't cut it, so I want to place fans on there to pull air through, and hopefully that fixes the issue. So how it's looking right now, I can fit 3 fans up there, 2 of the middle ones and the big one. So I hope that's going to be enough. I am going to wire them together. I'm going to put a fuse in there, so if they cannot withstand the water from driving, or they just break down, the fuse is going to get blown, because I am going to get the power and signal from the relay from the DCT. So when the DCT turns on, the fans turn on. And yeah, I know it gets up to temperature slower, but I don't think that the fans are gonna hold it back from getting hot, from heating up. But I do think that they can cool it down a little bit more. So I'm just gonna try it, and if it doesn't work, we got the backup plan. An update on little bro. We are almost an hour in, and he removed the 2 plastic thingies, the covers from the bottom. Yeah, almost an hour. We haven't done anything to the engine. So how are we gonna do this in one day? I don't fucking know.
The day ends at 12 in the night, so...
Hold up!
Wait a minute!
Wait a minute! I didn't sign up for that. No, it's fine. I think we can manage to fix it today, because it isn't the hardest head gasket to do. The engine mount is on the back of the engine, so we don't even need to undo that and support the engine. We just need to get the timing belt off, which we got new as well, because it's off anyway. Just replace it. You don't know the history of this one, so we're gonna replace it. And then the exhaust manifold can stay on the head, the intake manifold can stay on the head. It's just taking off the valve cover, taking out the head studs, and then, or the head bolts,
take it off, clean it up, put the new one in, put it all back, new timing belt, driving Starlet. So this is the way they are going to sit on the cooler itself, and I'm just going to use some little zip ties to hold them together in the top holes, and then the bottom holes of the outside ones I'm going to use zip ties probably to fix it to the cooler itself. Now I just need to do the wiring and make sure that it is this long, and then I'm going to put a connector on there, and I think I'm going to put the fuse in here, or maybe just as close to the relay from the DST as possible. But this is going to be the setup. I'm just going to fix it all together, and then we can install it on the Nissan.
A few minutes later.
I put the fans together, and it's actually pretty sturdy with just those zip ties in it. So that should be fine, and I made the wiring as well, and I just put it to my 12 volt thingy so I can test it. And I think it's gonna work because I already tested it, and it is pulling quite some air. So let's have a look. And then if you pick it up, because now it cannot suck any air and you can still feel it, but if you pick it up, that should be more than enough. So now that we tested it and we know it works, I can wire it up to the relay from the DST, and I can install them on the cooler itself with just some zip ties, because it's a 90s shitbox and everything is held together with zip ties, isn't it?
Yeah.
I got the fans in there, secured in place with zip ties of course, and we got 3 of them and it fits quite nicely. I did the wiring, so now it's off the relay from the DCT, but we got an update on the Starlet and it's not a good one. He already cleaned it off, but the lobes on the camshaft were completely rusted. And now we're trying to turn over the engine to get it on timing so we can pull the head off. But it's going a bit rough, isn't it?
It's a bit crusty.
It doesn't really want to turn freely, and you... No.
It will shave away.
When you turn it around, you can hear the grinding of your rings against the cylinder wall.
Yeah, it's just put a little oil in it.
Yeah, we are taking out a spark plug at the moment so we can put a camera in there and we can see the damage that has been done on your cylinder walls. And I think this engine is toast. If I see the lobes, it's probably toast. Yeah. I think it's toast, and then we need to look for another engine.
No,
but
I'm gonna run it. It'll be fine.
How are you gonna run with
it will shave itself clean.
We'll keep you guys up to date on how toast this engine is. It is toast, but how toast? We are about to enter the hole.
It's not that bad.
Well, it ain't good either.
Yeah, but it'll be fine.
It doesn't look too pretty, but it's not rusted.
It
doesn't look pretty.
It's just from sitting, like the same in the Prelude. Just put a little oil in it.
Dude. Do you see those lines?
That's for...
Do you see that rust?
That's for oil.
Do you see the rust?
That's for oil.
Do you see this?
Look, that's oil.
That's not good.
That's for oil. I've seen Ford V8s with more rust than they run.
It's not looking pretty. So the fans are on because I put ignition on, and now I'm just going to test with a piece of paper if it's going to pull it against it. And it does. So that's telling me that it does pull air through, and it's enough to let the paper stick a bit. Yeah. It should be fine, and it's definitely better than before because it's better than nothing. It is pulling air through. And I hope it's going to be enough to cool the DST down, because it's not getting way too hot, but it is getting too hot. And when it gets too hot, it goes up until 100 degrees Celsius, and that is too hot, but it's not really going above that. It's not going any higher. So from 100, it is cooling down enough to not rise more, if that makes any sense. So this should work, it should help. But we're gonna see when test driving it if the temperatures really go down. Also remember, when you take off a head, you also need to follow the sequence, but in reverse. So most head gaskets come with the sequence and torque spec you need. If not, you can look it up in the manual for the engine or just Google it. I always Google it and I find it for every engine, so it's not that hard to find. You can find everything if you Google enough. If you can Google. if you yeah. If you're a good Googler, you can Google the Google that you need to Google the Google. So, yeah, the sequence is on here and we're gonna do it in reverse because this is for tightening it and we are loosening it. And if you follow the sequence, the risk of it warping is the smallest. So we're gonna see how fucked the little tiny engine is.
It's Toyota, it's not gonna break.
It's not gonna break, but it's not gonna run either.
Toyotas don't break. Toyotas are good.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. All right, the moment of truth. Now we're gonna find out if you did your job right and everything is disconnected and we can take it off. Well, actually you can take it off.
No.
It seems like everything is loose.
No. One little.
Where?
No.
Lower it a little bit. Not so much. Yes. You're loose. You're free. Woo! It's decapitated and it's fucked.
It's not fucked.
Dude, believe me, it's fucked.
It'll be fine. Just hone it.
His final word. Yeah, just hone it. Yeah, sure.
Wait, here. Much better. Much better.
Dude, look at the rust water.
Yeah,
That's
but
not
it's smooth.
fine.
It's smooth.
That ain't smooth.
Enough. It's
Yeah,
smooth enough.
you forgot the enough part. So now I'm gonna see if I can use this piece of aluminium to make a little scoop for the cooler itself. And I'm gonna bend the side to close it up a little bit so air really needs to go in. Let's see if I can make this work. That should be enough. So now we got the little 90 here, and then we can test fit it. And then I can put it up against the frame rail, and we got just this little edge. And I think I'm gonna mount it a little lower, and then bend this part up. And I think that should be enough to force air through. Yeah, you just clean that up and see if you can make something out of it. But
Yeah.
no Scotch-Brite, no sandpaper, just towels and cleaning.
And a vacuum for the water.
Yeah. So while he is doing that, I made the little shroud for the DCT cooler, and I cut out the holes for the AN lines on there. And just like that, I can rivet this on that one because yeah, I can weld it, but I'm not feeling like setting up the welder and welding this thin aluminium here at home. So I'm just gonna rivet it on, and then I'm gonna figure out a way to mount it on the DCT cooler itself. The scoop is done and I think it is gonna work. It is nice and snug against the cooler itself. I fastened it on this side with 3 bolts and just the riv nuts in the frame rails. And yeah, I did drill the holes before I put it on here, and those 2 are not working. So I drilled 2 new ones, and now this is nice and strong on there. And it's bolted in here, and this corner is not moving at all, so I'm not worried about that. Put some foam tape there to block the air from coming out this way. And yeah, I think this is gonna work. And the lowest point of the scoop itself is 2 centimeters higher than the trans and the exhaust. And the exhaust, yes, I did scrape this once here, but still I think that's gonna be fine because this was a little accident and that's not happening anytime soon again. So that should be fine. It's not too low, and I hope it's gonna work even with the fans on top. So let's hope it just works and stays cool now. The engine itself is clean and the head is clean, so now it's time to install the head gasket. And now let's just get that shit out of here. And it's installed. All the head studs are back in. It's all torqued to spec. So
Use new cylinder head bolts.
yes. Yes. Yes, we used new bolts. We did not reuse. Yeah, they identify it new. Now it's time to put on the new timing belt. The pulleys are already on there. So new timing belt, new head valve cover gasket, and then the valve cover can back on, and then you can install all the rest.
Yeah.
And then in an hour or so we can see if it all worked. I am done with the DCT cooler, and I am actually right now test fitting a diffuser, because I think the butt misses something and the front obviously misses a lip because it's way too high, and on the sides I think I just want to make some sort of splitter, just a black plastic splitter, and a diffuser in the back, and I think it can look pretty cool. It is going to be higher than this. It's going to be something like that. So I think that's going to look really cool. I just need to cut it to make room for the exhaust. And when that's done, I can test fit it better and make some brackets. And then I got a diffuser on the back. The moment of truth. Is the little shitbox engine gonna run with a new head gasket? Stay tuned to find out. Something is leaking, and I think I found a problem.
Yeah, you can kind of smell it.
Yeah.
We're getting high.
So now we're gonna attach these, and then we're gonna try again. And second try. Oh, that battery ain't shit either.
Very nice, very nice.
Try 69. It runs, but not well. And it doesn't run anymore.
There's a snag in the exhaust cable.
Yeah, I don't think that's your biggest problem though. It's not running on 4 and it's not running well.
Yeah, I think it's the cables.
I think it's fucked.
No, it's the cables.
Alright, you try to fix it and I'll get the compression tester. So it runs, but barely.
No, it runs. I think there was a lot of gunk in the engine that needed to be blown out.
The engine is gunk.
Listen to this, mate.
And the exhaust is leaking.
I saw sparks.
You saw sparks? Fucking mint. That's what it's supposed to do. It's a rotary. That's a possibility.
The next morning.
Another day, another starlet. So today, oh wait, what is on my head? Damn, get me a little towel.
Brake cleaner.
No, not brake cleaner.
It's nice oily towel. I just used.
No, this is a clean spot.
Great.
That worked. So it's another day, and today we are working on Amber starlet because it just needs some new oil, new spark plugs. It's just really simple, but it needed to be done. And I am going to be continuing on mounting the diffuser, and I really want to do my coilovers today, but I am not sure if we're going to have time for that. But it would be cool. So first start it, finish the maintenance, and then I can start on the Nissan. We just finished the valve flash adjustment on the starlet of Amber, and I am busy with the diffuser still. And I am about to drill the holes in the bumper so that this strip can lay inside the bumper and evenly distribute the forces on the bumper itself. I measured the middle and the strip is in the middle. So I already drilled these 2 holes and I put some bolts through, so now I can drill through the riv nuts into the bumper so every hole is in the correct position. So it's another moment of truth with another starlet. Is it gonna run or not? Because we did the valve lash adjustment and we did maintenance, so it's got new oil, new filter. We also still need to fix that, babe. That's bad. Do it again. God. Yeah, we need to fix that. And we're also gonna fix the... That thing starts so fast. It's crazy.
Why is there so much?
Yeah, it's the exhaust gasket is leaking.
Do we have the same problem on both starlets?
Yeah, starlets being starlets.
Do I need to order 2 exhaust manifolds?
Maybe. It's leaking on the exhaust. Not really though, but it runs and it starts in 0.2 seconds. I got the rear bracket of the diffuser all done. Now I just need to weld the whole seam and on the other side as well. And then I need to paint it black so it doesn't rust under the car. And also the front strips and brackets that I made need to be sprayed. So I'm gonna weld that, spray that, and then show you the end result. Diffuser is all safely mounted on the car and I think it is gonna hold up because the brackets are pretty good, if I say so myself. I also installed the little canard thingies on the side because I thought it was missing something. The diffuser looks good, although you don't really see it in this lighting and on the bottom of the car, but it looks good, trust me. But I thought that it was missing something and it misses a little girth and the car is pretty girthy. So girth is important and I thought I will match the bottom with the top. So the top of the car is very wide and now the bottom is wide too. So the back is actually done with the whole splitter plan I got. I still need to do the side skirts and I need to figure something out for the front bumper because a whole can of Monster fits under the bumper. And I don't mean sideways, I mean vertically. That's high. So I need to fix that. I need to find a lip of some sort that I can fit under there so it looks lower. Because I cannot lower the car anymore. I am already tucking in the rear and the front is getting a little on the sketchy side and the DCT is pretty low. So I cannot lower the car, but I can lower the lip. And I think that's what I'm gonna do, but I still need to figure out how I'm gonna do that. But for tonight and for this video, I am done. I hope you guys enjoyed and I hope to see you at the next one. Make sure to like and subscribe and I'll see you at the next one. Alright, so I got... What? Yeah, you got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, this car identifies as a Honda. It identifies as running and driving. No, but it's got oil in the cylinders, so it's a Honda. But it's not running and a Honda is always running. Yeah. What do we have standing over there in the back? It was a Honda and it wasn't running when we bought it. It was. Very rough. Yeah.